Okay, we made it to the live portion. We got it vertical. Want to see if they YouTube feeds this out on their short feed. I hope they do. We're going to talk a little bit about. Um, we shot a video about a year ago about vice grips, and we got a little flack about different things. So we thought we'd clear some of that up. I'm basically going to hang out here just for a little bit and see how many people we actually get into the live. Um, I have a feeling that when we shoot in this manner through StreamYard, it's not being published live through the live feed. I got one viewer, Garden Party. How you doing, Garden Party? So I'm not. How's the video look? Does it look any clearer now, or better, or worse, or what? I got the light turned down. I do have the definition turned up. Um, so I did clean the lens really well. Great, it's Friday. How's the visual? It looks good. Okay. All right, it looks better than it was today. And how's the volume sound? Sound good? I'm just curious. I'm going to hang out here and just hang out for like 10 minutes. And I have a feeling it's not posting it out on a YouTube short feed. Because usually on a YouTube short feed, we get a pretty good feedback pretty fast. So we'll see what happens with that, see if it gets better. So anyway, I'm probably just going to end this. I'll probably delete this one off the channel after it's done if we don't get any subscribers come in. But it looks like maybe we're still not being streamed through YouTube. So what we could do is switch to the phone. Oh, my battery just went dead. Gosh darn it. There we are. Okay, we're back. The battery went dead. Can you believe it? So we got 6 viewers. So I'm wondering if you guys would in in the comments, those of you that are still here, probably not after the feed went dead. We're back to 1 again. Okay, so tell me if you've seen this on the live feed. If somebody comes in, Sweet Cat, I know you're probably gone, but welcome. If you guys come back in, people that just came in, if you would, let me know if you picked this up on the shorts feed. We had an issue with our battery. I'm sorry, we bugged out. We're using some new software tonight, STREAMYARD, and new camera. Not new camera, but our best camera. So we wanted to get some better quality of video and audio. We'll start getting into the tool talk. I'm not sure who's all here. I can't tell who's here when I'm looking at this thing. So I don't really know. So, okay, we got 17 views so far. So we obviously are being pumped out to the live feed. Okay, so let's get with it. I'm Go Big. I'm a mechanic. I've been a mechanic for 40 years. I'm here to bring you some value. So here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about vice grips. So, cutaway clue. What's the channel about? Okay, why did we bug out? So the channel's about automotive repair and automotive learning about automotive. So I'm a mechanic, been a mechanic for 40 years, ASE certified. So I'm going to try to bring some value to the viewers about just basic education about automotive. And tonight we were just kind of playing with the STREAMYARD software, get some input from some of our viewers that say, you know, is good or bad, is audio good, is the visual good. We had to change the direction of the way it's portrayed to get it fed out onto the live feed, which is really good. We get more people in here. But I was going to talk a little bit just about an old tool that we're all used to. We've been around. So we posted, just so you guys know, our channel, Go Big Garage 66. We're just all about everything automotive. So right now we got a project going with a Ford F-250 that we bought. It's a Ford F-250 7.3, a 92 non-computer controlled diesel motor that we bought. Not running, didn't have batteries in it, but I'm so confident in that 7.3 motor, I bought it just the way it was. Drug it onto the trailer, drug it home. Anyway, that's a project we have going. Right now we have a project going where we're going to have it. We have it running, and we'll go through all that if you guys want to. And Cutaway Clue 91. Welcome to the channel. Garden Party, welcome to the channel. Anyway, so we have the IDI project going, which means indirect injection, which is non-computer controlled mechanical fuel injected system in a Ford 7.3. We're going to do modifications on it. We're going to get it running and make sure there's no problem with the motor and the transmission first. But anyway, let's switch over to the tools. So I was going to talk about vice grips tonight. So we launched a video about a year ago about vice grips, and I wanted to clear up some things about vice grips. And I got a couple examples and stuff here. And I want to talk about this tool tonight. If you've never seen one of these, this is a spud wrench, and a lot of people don't know what they are, but we're going to go over that tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about what a spud wrench is and how to use it. Anyway, so vice grip made a variety of different types of clamping devices. This was for like panels or sheetrock. They got curved jaw. They got needle nose. They got small one, large one, a lot of different types of sizes on these. And if you're listening to this on the playback, we appreciate you being here. And if you would subscribe, we're looking for your subscription for sure. So anyway, I wanted to talk about what is an original vice grip. So like if you look at this one right here, I have, it says vice grip on it. You know, it says vice grip. But if you look right here where it says, see where it says Irwin? So that's when Irwin bought Vice Grip company. So the original vice grips, I got one right here, I'll show you. So this is kind of a neat one. This is one you see a lot of the metal sorry, this way they make you shoot this, you can't get it very wide. Let's see if you can see that better. So this is a metal fabrication vice grip for holding pieces of metal together. So you can go like that, and then you tack it. So you can see on this one, you see it or not. Let me see if I can see it. You see all this slag on there where somebody's been welding on this thing. So these things are probably like 50 years old, and they still work great. But the original vice grips actually say DeWitt on them. They'll say DeWitt, Nebraska. So it says Peterson Manufacturing, DeWitt, Nebraska. So if you have an original pair of vice grips, they will say Peterson, DeWitt, Nebraska on them. Those are the originals. So you get a lot of these now. So these are originals as well, even though they look so nice. These are a small pair. But if you look, it says vice grip, and on the back side, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I hope you can. It actually says DeWitt, Nebraska on it. So these are originals. And so you see a lot of them like this that are being built now. These are built by Husky. They say Husky on them. But they're a clamping plier, similar design, but they're not made by Vice Grip. Vice Grip is now made by Vice Grip is now made by Irwin, and you'll see them. They'll say Irwin right on the Vice Grip jaw part of it. So we'll just to clear that up. So they have a lot of different types, and they're adjustable pliers, what they are. And so, they have a clamping device on them, and they got a release lever right here. So if they don't go tight, you see how it is here? You can open them. You turn this little screw right here, and then you can get them closer until they're where they need to be. We'll clamp them to this other pair so you can see what I'm talking about. So to clamp something, go like that, and you can clamp them, and it holds them in place. This vertical filming is tough because you can't get a good shot. You may have to go with a different setup. And then to release them, you just pull that little lever right there. So that's that's a little history on Vice Grip. Vice Grip's been around for 100 years. They were first produced in 1925, I think. Yeah, 25. In 1925, the first Vice Grip was produced. And here it is, 2025. And I still have some in my toolbox. So they're a great tool. They're affordable. In my opinion, if you can find the originals that say, and the ones, sometimes they'll say original. Like if you see these, they say Vice Grip, the original, right? But if you flip it over, it says Irwin on it, which means these aren't the actual, this is when the company was sold. If you get a really true pair of Vice Grips, they're going to be made in DeWitt, Nebraska. It'll say it on there, made in USA, DeWitt, Nebraska, Peterson Manufacturing. And you'll find them at yard sales, and I'll tell you, they're still a great tool. Even though they're, 50, 60, 70 years old, they're very functional, good tool. So you get a chance to pick up a pair of Vice Grips, at a yard sale, pick them up. So I really want to just do this live tonight to try out the live stream and see if we did vertical, that they would feed this out on the live. So Numi Garcia, welcome to the live. Probably missed you, but I'll give you a shout out anyway. I don't blame you guys. It's kind of a new thing. We're going to get some good content coming. These are a pair of channel locks that I've had for 30 years. I've had these channel locks. And I don't think you can buy a better pair of channel locks. Like I said, I've had these for 30 years. And if I lost these tomorrow, I go out and I buy another pair. You can still buy these. These are 16-inch channel locks, right? It's hard to do with this vertical filming, but I'll do the best I can. These are 16-inch channel locks. You can still buy these for like $35. I've used these for almost 40 years now. Yeah, for about 35 years because I got them when I was about 25. So I've been using this set of and the rubber on the handles is amazing. I mean, look at, that's 35 years of use. You know how many pairs of pliers and stuff I've got over the years that this stuff has came off? It's just they build a good product. Channel Lock makes some nice products, well worth the money. They make some. I love Channel Locks. I mean, I bought Snap-on, I bought Matco, I bought. I bought all the high-end tools over the years. Snap-on, I love to buy their ratchets. I think Snap-on probably builds some of the best ratchets in the world, still. But so this is a pair of channel locks as well. These are dikes that I bought. And I love these. I have a pair of these in my toolbox at work. And then these crimpers right here, I do a lot of electrical work. That's what I basically do. Most of my work is electrical. I still work part-time. I'm semi-retired. Welcome to the channel there, I can't say your name. I tried it, man. I couldn't figure it out. I'm not good at names. I'll try it though. Hello, Jandrina. I probably butchered it, didn't I? Okay. Anyway, these are probably the best pair of crimpers I've ever owned. I got a set in my box that I've had for probably 25 years. I just bought this second set recently because they're just such a good quality. If you look at them, you see the right here in the where that little peak is right there. It just does a really good job at doing non-insulated butt connectors. And we'll do a live pretty soon. Welcome everybody that's here in the channel. I appreciate you being here. We'll do a live pretty soon where I'll just do some soldering. I'll set my stuff up and I'll go over how to do a good proper connection. We'll spend an hour just doing soldering. So that's what the channel's about, is trying to teach people how to do basic automotive repair and how to do good quality work, and it's free knowledge to you. It doesn't cost you anything. Come hang out for an hour on Thursdays. This is more like an audio, but I'm going to make it more about a hands-on at the same time. So people that are driving back and forth to work, you can go catch some of our other ones that we've already loaded about maintenance, about vehicle maintenance and things that come. We're going to do one pretty soon about getting prepared for the upcoming winter. The fall's coming. There's things you should be thinking about with your vehicle, like tire wear, wiper blade replacement. I got a good tip for you for doing wiper fluid now. They have some tablets you can get that are really nice. Instead of having to mess with that bottle all the time, they have tablets you can get. You just drop them in the bottle and add water. Real simple. What are we fixing? We're not fixing nothing tonight. We were really, we're just talking about some tools and stuff. But we do have a project going. It's a F-250, a 92 F-250 with a 7.3 that we're restoring. So stick tuned for that. We're going to have some really good lives for that. Probably in the next couple of days, I'm going to go through and teach you guys how to, when you have a 7.3 that's full of air, how to get the air out of the system. That's pretty, that'll be a good knowledge one. So basically, I'm just going to teach basic automotive repair. If you've never worked on a car before, you'll be able to come here and sit here and get some free education on automotive repair. I've done a lot of teaching in the past. I've been in the field for 40 years. I've been all the way from a lube guy all the way up to a fleet manager. So I've been a heavy equipment mechanic. Most of my career I spent doing drivability, check engine lights, tune-up work, diagnosis, that kind of stuff. So that's what we're gonna teach on the channel. Probably gonna cut the live at about 30 minutes tonight. We was wanting to try this STREAMYARD software. If you guys would, in the comments, tell me what kind of vehicle you drive. If you're into hot rods, I like Harleys. I got a couple Harleys. but I'm really I used to really be a Chevy guy, but now I'm kind of going towards Ford because I found some neat Ford. I really like this Ford IDI I just got. It's just non-computer controlled. It doesn't require a computer, no check engine light, no smog requirements. So anyway, if you would in the comments, just leave a comment. Tell me what you drive. If you got a project going, if you want to showcase your project on here, we'll do that too. Let me maybe tell me where you're from. We want to try to build a community here on the live where we can all get together every week and maybe put our heads together if you have a problem with your vehicle you're having and you're wondering, what do I do? I've done all these different things. I can give you some ideas on things to go look at and to go do, and hopefully we can help you out in that regard. So this is going to be more of a maintenance podcast where we talk. The regular channel, Go Big Garage 66 that we have, we launch a bunch of videos about different things that is automotive related. This podcast is going to be like going to an automotive class where you want to learn, hey, how does my alternator work? How do I test my alternator? How does my starter work? How do I test it? How do I know when to change my tires? When should I be changing my oil? It's going to be a pretty basic. We can go anywhere from basic all the way up to a master technician level. But I'm trying to keep it, and remember that there's an audio audience out there, not just the viewers, but there's people that are listening to this on their way to work. And I want to teach people how you can do a lot of things on your vehicle with basic knowledge and save yourself a lot of money. You really can. We just had a live today. We talked about cab air filters, how people take their cars into a shop to have the cab air filter replaced. And it's not cheap when you have that stuff done. You can do that yourself. Betsy, my girl, she got one for her car, and I drug my feet about it. She went out there, and I went out there and said, what are you doing? She said, I'm changing this filter. I said, really? She goes, yeah. Before I could get out there, she already had it installed. So, it just goes to show, she's pretty smart though. So it just goes to show you there's things like that. If you took that into a shop and said, hey, can you change this cab air filter? They might charge you a half-hour labor. Labor's $200 an hour now in California. They might charge you $100 to put that filter in. At least 50. So just by knowing how to change a cab air filter, if you don't know what a cab air filter is, here we go right here. So this is what it looks like. It goes underneath the dash, out down there by where your air conditioning lives. And what it does, it filters the air as it's coming into the vehicle. This one was damaged by rats, but what happens, these get plugged up, and then all of a sudden you don't get no air coming out of your vents. All of a sudden you're like, man, the air just don't feel like it's quite blowing like it used to. So by changing that, you get better airflow, cleaner air. And if you leave them in there and you don't change them, it can actually cause damage to the fan because the fan is constantly have a restriction against it trying to blow on that. So anyway, so these are the kind of things we're going to go over. We'll talk about tools and how to use them. We're going to go through all the systems, brakes, hydraulics, drivetrain, automatic transmission, what to expect, engine repairs, coolant leaks, noises, wheel bearing, drivetrain problems, air conditioning, tune-up repair. We're just going to go right through it all. And anything you have comments about, if you have questions, send me a message. Comment on one of these videos. If you comment on the video the next week, if we don't get to you this week, because this right now, a lot of people are going to see this in the after the live has occurred. So if you leave comments in the video after it's dropped, after it's not live, you'll be seeing it after the fact. Just put a comment in there and said, hey, I got this 75 Datsun pickup and it runs and dies. I don't know what's wrong. That kind of stuff. Just whatever you got. We'll try to do the best we can to help you on the channel to fix the problem. That's what we're here to do. And we have subscriptions. If you want to apply to our subscriptions, there's subscriptions available. I think it's like $3.99 or something like that. And we're going to provide extra services for people with subscriptions. We'll put their questions at the top of the list. You know, we'll give you a shout out. And we're working on getting some kind of discounts from some of the tool manufacturers for our members. I'm not making no promises on that one, but we're working on it. And we're hoping we can get some kind of discount program going. So, you know, that $3.99 maybe. What do you pay for a Starbucks coffee? You know, what do you think it would cost to have a mechanic sit down and talk to you for an hour? It would cost you. They're making $75 an hour, you know. So I encourage you to get a subscription if you think this will have some helpfulness to you. And for $3.99, you know, you get me 40 years of experience to answer your questions. You can send me an email. We can email back and forth or whatever, and we'll walk you through whatever the issues that you're having. And I appreciate everybody that stopped by tonight. And I'm trying to keep track of this. The comments over here are kind of tough because you get to talking and you forget to look over at the comments. But I'm working on, I got a big screen now right here. So I'm going to get that up high enough so I can really see the comments really well. So if you would, whoever's here, if you're here and you're watching, put down a comment. Do you drive a Ford, Chevy, GM, import? You know what I used to drive? I used to love when I was a kid. I loved Datsuns. I had some Datsun 510 wagons that I loved them, man. They were a great car. I built one. I put a camshaft in it, a nice carburetor, lifted it up. That thing would go anywhere in the mountains. I mean, I could go anywhere I wanted in that thing. It was an imported car, but man, I tell you what, it was dependable. It was cheap to work on, you know. And so I've had a lot of different kind of cars. Like right now, I tell you, I got a 99 Ford F-150 with a 5.4 Triton motor in it. It's been a great truck. I just pulled that F-250 home with it. That F-250 with the trailer probably weighed about 7,500 pounds, you know, so it pulled it with no problem. And I got a 1971 Chevy C20 two-wheel drive that I've had for a long time. I got my daughter, she's watching this, she's probably saying, yeah, you better get on it, buddy. You got to get that thing going. My daughter, I bought her a 1973 Mercury Comet, which is like a Ford Maverick, identical to a Ford Maverick. And it's a Cadillac SRX. Nice car there, garden party. My daughter, I bought her a 73 Mercury Comet. It's got a factory 302 with a 2-barrel. Nice car. Poor man's hot rod. If you ever get a chance to buy one of those, you're looking to build a hot rod, they're a good bargain. You can pick them up for like $2,500, and they're basically a Maverick. They're a Maverick with the Mercury badging on it. If you open the doors, they say Ford on them. So it's an identical car. And it's a fast car. It really is. If you're into hot rods, that little thing, I think it only weighs like 2,600 pounds. It's got a 302 and automatic. I had a 4-speed I was going to put in it, but we want to get that thing. That was my daughter's first car when she was 16 years old, and we still have it. You know, she bought it. She helped pay for it. She paid for most of it. She worked on it. She worked and made the money to buy the car. And I'll tell you a story about that sometime, about that little deal. I got myself in some trouble over that. I had it all lined out about another car I was getting for, and the guy sold it out from under me. So I was in some hot water, but it worked out. We got a nice little Mercury Comet out of it. So if you would, you know, leave in the comments. If you got questions, if there's things you want to learn about, I can teach it. I can teach anything from one end of the car to the other, including computer controls, fuel injection, throttle body, port fuel injection, how to do diagnosis, how to do testing, I mean, you can go from one end of that car to the other, wherever you got, I can help you out. You know, I'm not bragging. I've been doing this a long time, and I want to give my skills back to the community. Want to build a community here at Go Big. Go Big Garage is trying to build a community, and we want you to be a part of it. And part of that is we're wanting to bring value to you. What is it that you need? You know, we're basically automotive based. We're going to really start getting into the tool part of it, because I know there's a lot of people that are just now getting started on learning how to do auto repair, and you really don't know what to buy. You know, you don't know what to buy, and you need to get a basic set of tools, and I can give you a list of what you need in that toolbox. And I'll pull some of the stuff out of my toolbox that I believe in. And I'm pushing them because I believe in these products, because I've used them for 30, 40 years. Like these crimpers right here that I brought up. These crimpers are just such a bargain. I build police cars for a living. When I work part-time, I work for a government agency, and I build police cars. And I take the Ford, the Explorers, and now we're using Chevy Tahoes, a couple different ones. So I probably make 100 crimps a day at least, and I do a lot of soldering. So this is exactly what I use. And I've been in this industry for 40 years, and this tool right here is what I use. It's made by Channel Lock. They're like super cheap. They're like $30, I think, or less. So a really good quality product for a good price that really works well. So anyhow, we'll drop some links on that stuff if you guys. I'm not even sure. Let me see. Give me just a moment, and I will see. I'm going to drop a link on here just to see if it stays, because I'm not even sure how that works out. If it actually stays when you post a link. So let's see. I gotta grab the other one. Give me just a second. Sorry. So I'm hoping that my face one, that one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link for one of these products just to see if it's working, because I really don't. I don't know if I drop the link, if it actually here. I'm going to drop a link for let's do the vice grips, or the channel locks. I'll have this more prepared next time. I had it all figured out, and then YouTube wasn't feeding it out on their short feed, so I redid it. I did it over. So these channel locks I showed you tonight, these are 16-inch channel locks. I use them a lot of times for putting on trailer balls and stuff like that, to hold the nut while I rattle it with a gun. And so I'm going to post this link to the chat. It's kind of a test to see if it will stay in the description afterwards. I don't know if it will or not. Well, there it is. That's the link for. Let me do it again so I can put channel locks. So what's your dream car? If you're watching this in the afterplay, after the live happened, in the comment, what's your dream car? What is the dream car for you? I tell you what I want to build. I haven't had a chance to build one yet. Is I had a 1951 Chevy 3100 series pickup. It wasn't the 5-window coupe. It was a 2-window. It didn't have those side windows. I've always wanted to build one of those for myself as a hot rod. So that's my. And if I had my choice about what kind of car, any car I wanted to get, not any car, but I've always liked the Porsche Carrera. It's a very nice car. I like fast cars, so I would probably buy one if I could. But right now I'm driving the 99 Ford. I got the 77 pickup. I got a 70 or a 91 Harley Davidson Electric Glide. I got a 1997 Road King that I'm going to sell right now. If you're looking for a really nice Road King, I got one. Really, it's nice. I'm going to get like $4,000 for it. It's a good deal. Anyway, I got another Harley. Well, the other Harley that I have is really neat. It's the first year Evolution, 1984 Evolution 80-inch cubic motor chain drive. I just picked that up from a guy for like really good bargain, and it's like a new bike. I mean, those Evolutions, if you're into Harleys, if you ever rode Harleys at all, those Evolutions will go 125,000 miles. They really will. The one in my 91 Electric Glide, Old Red, I call her Old Red, it's got over 100,000. I think like around 115,000. So anyway, in the comments, if you're into Harleys, tell me what you got. What would I like to have? If I had my options, I'd probably have an early panhead, one of the early bone stock panhead, nothing that's modified, just a bone stock panhead. That would be my dream bike. Anyway, so we're 37 minutes into the live right now. I appreciate for everybody that did stop by. Garden Party, you're my biggest fan. I appreciate it. So until next week, next Thursday, I'll actually put a short on that explains to you what we're going to do with the live for next week, and I'll be prepared. I think we're going to do some meter operation stuff, teach you how to use a meter, how to check for voltage, how to check for continuity, how to check a wire if it's open, how to check fuses with a fuse. Maybe we'll go over a test light operation. We'll probably do some of that next week. So if you're into learning basic automotive repair, I can take it down to a beginner's level to like, you don't even know what a test light is. This is a test light. You hold this, you clamp this. We can take it down to that level. And if you're interested in learning automotive repair, I'm willing to teach you. So I'm here to give you free educational advice for automotive repair. So if you would subscribe, we're looking to get some people in the room for the live, so we feel like we're making a difference. And if you're listening to this on the audio on your way to work, hey, leave a comment when you get home. Said, hey, I listened to this on my way to work today. Thanks a lot, or I didn't. Tell me what you think of it. Give me your opinion. Did we bring you value? Did the information we go over, is it helpful to you? Do you have questions about what we went over? Do you have something you want to add to what we went over? Anyway, all those things. Leave comments. Drop me a comment in the comment section of the video. I know a lot of people are going to see this after it posted. So if you would, leave those comments. And if you're into old OBS Ford pickups, 7.3 IDI, all that you're really into, like the modifications of that, come follow along. We got a series going. We're going to just keep loading up a video every time we make a step in the restore process, and we're going to let the audience kind of help us make decisions on, what do you think? Like, what kind of exhaust should we go with? Should we get the interior done, or should we leave it stock? Should we buff out the paint, and leave it kind of with some little character to it, or do you think we should paint it and buff it? What kind of wheels are you guys running? That kind of stuff. Be a part of the process. So if you would, come follow along, subscribe if you would. Think about the memberships. If you guys are, if you're trying to learn automotive repair and you're just not quite knowing what to do and you're not sure about it, your water pump's leaking, you're thinking about, man, it's going to take it out of the shop. It's going to be $800. I wonder if I could do it myself. Hey, subscribe. We're going to go through that stuff. All our subscribers are going to get first attention, and we're going to walk you through all this stuff. So if you post on there and say, hey, my water pump started leaking, how do I even begin? We'll walk you through it, teach you what kind of tools you need, show you, how to do it. So anyway, if you would, have a great weekend, and go big always says, go big or go home, baby.